Emotional triggers. You know, I mentioned to you all, 10 years from now, all of you guys will remember this information. It's because of the emotional triggers I'm doing. Everybody with me on that? For example, memories and learning are more connected to emotion than information. Does that surprise anybody? Memories and learning are connected more to emotion than information. So I'm using entertainment, I'm using humorous, funny things, motivation. I use all types of clips to elicit, media clips to elicit stuff so the child's ready to change. My favorite thing in the world is when a kid says to me, Christian, when you taught me this, I wasn't ready to change. But when I was ready to change, all I could see is your stupid pictures. You see why that gets me really excited? Because at the end of the day, that's all I have control over. My job as the adult is to make sure the child has the tools to overcome their problem. That's all I can do as the adult. But the motivation is going to kick in at different developmental stages. For example, parents come to me all the time and they say, Christian, I have a son or daughter just like you with ADHD, conduct disorder, learning disability. You know, you gave me hope for my kids, but my kids are really struggling. I'll say, well, how old is your kid? They'll say, you know, 15, 16, 17, 18 years old, even 20-year-olds sometimes. And I'll say, be really patient with your son or daughter, because I didn't make major change in my life until I was about 26 years old. 26, 27 years old. How old was I developmentally when I was probably 26, 27? Developmentally, I was probably 17, 18 years old. So that's when I was ready to change. Everybody with me? So the popular, you know, the average developmental age of an incarcerated inmate in America is? They estimate between 14 and 16 years old is the developmental age of people who are locked up in prison. 14 to 16 years old, and we expect them to change. See, it's going to change. Oh, I love working with these older inmates. They love why I try. Inmates in their 40s and 50s go crazy when they see why I try. Lifers love why I try. Why do you think they love why I try? Anybody have any idea why they go crazy when they learn this?
They're ready to change.
Yeah, they're ready for it now. They're like, holy smokes, why did someone not give this to me? And I always say to them, no, they did give it to you. But you were not ready when they gave it to you. Everybody with me on that? But they got it, trust me. They got it. But they weren't ready. So that relationship, these are 3 R's of why I try. This is the X factor. It has to be relevant to them. And then we're using the visual metaphors to teach resilience. The whole purpose of the Why Try program is to teach that resiliency.